What you gonna give them 5 minutes?
Listen, I'm gonna give them long enough for you to write your apology letter down, fuck nigga. We live. Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen,
man, I wasn't done eating.
Hold on. Yeah, we live, man. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Hey, guys, if you be so kind, hit the like button. As you see right now, right? You got myself, you got my man J Dubs and BlackBaron. Now I sent the link out to all the other, the other X bots of the show. Alex will be here shortly. But I think Kratos has put the fear of God. Well, Kratos is a god. Put the fear of God into these Xbox niggas, man. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I don't know why, but
you shut your ass.
I don't know why, but I'm gonna say this from the beginning. I'm only here for about an hour, so I hope they get in here quickly.
Mm-hmm. We got here. Mighty Moss is coming. Said give him 10 minutes. All right, so I got one bot. We got one bot to step up to the plate. Kmega said, I was talking to him. He asked me what time I was going live. I said I'm going live at 7. We saw Rachel Matt outcome was on at 9. And you got to be to work at 3. He let me know he makes no promises. Listen, I sent the link, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I can do. Listen, I can't make him go out and fight his own. I cannot make him fight his own battles, man. I can't, man. But next, I am retired. I'm not fighting any more Xbox battle. I am team with PlayStation Nation all day, baby. But
PlayStation Nation.
But what's going on with you, J Dubs? I haven't spoken to you. I haven't spoken to you. What's going on with you as the room fills up?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Been a busy day again. You know what happened when I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning?
I know, man. You was cut up early.
Shit. Woke up 3 o'clock in the morning, grabbed my phone, just one eye closed, one eye open. Saw that Twitter was already popping with the Metacritic scores. As y'all all knew, it was that shit was gonna be fire, and today was a day of reckoning for a lot of people.
Hold that thought, fuck nigga.
Hold on. Let me go.
Hold on.
Stop lying because your ass was not asleep. You was on Twitter from 12 o'clock in the morning all the way to 3. So don't sit up here and lie because all y'all mentions was in my mentions. Y'all just sitting by the clock, just waiting. Oh my God, I hope he gets his 95. I hope they get this 95. I want to tell Barron so bad he gets about PS4. I hope he gets his 95. Shut the hell up with that shit. You wasn't sleep. You was woke just like the rest of them Sony peasants. Don't play with me.
That too.
All right, my man Emerald 14. Shout out to Emerald 14 getting the show started off right. And he said he donated this $3 to Baron. He's getting him a PS4. He said many men, which definitely on Sony, shaking my head, 10. Many men. You know what I mean? Many motherfucking men. But Baron, what's been going on with you?
Nothing, man.
I've been power driving Sony peasants all day.
Oh Lord.
Because they are upset that as of right now, which I'm not going to call the bet over yet. As of right now, I'm going to win this bet I made on God of War.
Oh.
They're mad I'm going to win it by 1 point. And they can't stand it. They can't stand that I'm taking this W. So everybody, including, Broken Games HD, and from every Sony fan you can think of, are trying to come up with any spin job they can do to ignore this bet.
Hey, now what bet was this?
Now nobody wants to honor bets. It's been about honoring bets for the last, year and a half? And nobody wants to honor this bet now?
What bet was this?
They're looking real spooky right now.
I'm gonna tell you what Baron did. He gets on the podcast and say God of War is gonna be trash. It's not gonna get anything higher. Anything higher than basically a 99. This motherfucker, he covered his whole base.
A 99? What the hell? He said 99.
Look, that's how confident he was that God of War was gonna fail. He said that motherfucker ain't gonna get nothing more than a 99.
let me break it down for you what happened actually, Z. I was going back and forth, trash talking God of War like I always do, because I take pride in trash talking God of War. And it got to the point that this happened on Weapon Wheel. It got to the point where I guess they was tired of me making valid points about God of War. So they was like, so you gonna bet on that? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a bet right now. The bet is not going to cost y'all anything, but it will cost me everything. If God of War can be the messiah of gaming like y'all thought it can be, that means God of War will be able to match Nintendo quality of a game. So I'm gonna give you a break. I said if God of War can score 95 or above average, I will buy a PS4 and God of War. And you know what happened? It didn't happen. So you know what they doing? They dancing, they scrambling, they doing a cha-cha slide, they doing a Macarena all around the place just to not take that L.
Z, how many games you know that reached that status? 94.
Well, so he's at 95. Yeah,
yeah. You see what I'm saying? He covered his whole fucking base.
No, I didn't cover my base. Y'all kept telling me that Sony games can match or exceed Nintendo games. I said, you know what? There's 2 games that came out last year that scored very high, and they was the greatest games of all time. So God of War should match that. That's where I wanted to put God of War. I didn't put God of War there.
20. Listen, we got about
you put God of War in that category and you lost. That was not my fault.
We got about 10 tweets. No, we got about 10 tweets.
The tweets doesn't matter.
Showing God of War gonna get 80. It's gonna get 85. It's gonna get 90.
Listen.
Oh, it ain't gonna get better.
That was my official prediction. I predicted around the 80 range. Some people was predicting around the 90 range. But when you want to be serious about your business, you place a bet and you put your money where your mouth is. And I did.
What I want to know, what was the side bet?
It did not do it. So don't get mad. You can't get mad at me. You don't want to wanted to put God of War on that upper echelon where it doesn't belong.
Which it is.
It didn't meet that. It didn't meet that. So now y'all salty. So now y'all running around.
Hold on. Listen. Go ahead.
Oh, hold on. Let me say one thing. Now, I forgot. Listen, maybe I didn't say at the beginning of the show, and maybe that's why Baron is doing this. First of all, this is a drug-free environment, right? And I would hate to question anyone's integrity. And anything you say today will be used against you on a future show. We will throw you the bus, fuck nigga. But listen, my man Rod said, he said, thank you for the $2. He said, you said a 94. They got you on audio, fuck nigga. Nigga, do tell.
Is he this? Who did that?
Well,
you should ban him.
Baron he done said so many numbers.
Whoever donated that, you should ban them, because you could go back and listen to the podcast right now and hear exactly what I said. But let me put it to you like this.
What was the bet? Can you clear the air for me? What was the bet?
The bet was simple. Everybody know what the bet was. It's just the people who don't want to own up to the bet wants to spin it.
I'm asking.
The bet was, I said, if God of War, I said, I believe God of War is not on the level of where Nintendo games are. And they said, oh, you crazy. I said, well, if God of War can average a 95 or above, which is still possible because reviews can still come in. It's still possible to happen. If you're going to review a 95 or above, I will buy a PS4. I said it on this podcast, 2 weeks ago when I was talking to B-Rock and all that.
You better call that Uber and head to the store.
Well, guess what? Guess where I'm at? I'm at home because I don't need to buy one.
They said, but Baron bet that motherfucking Kratos couldn't fuck Princess Peach. God damn. Hey, yo, man, be respectful, man. Please be respectful. The members of the panel.
Look, this is my day. I'm enjoying it. You know why? Because it bothers them so much. They are 1 point away from seeing me buy a Sony product, and it drives them crazy.
Hey, somebody in the chat, go find a timestamp for that video, and let's see if the audio matches up.
All right, hold on.
Go timestamp that shit.
You can.
And listen, my man Von Lamont, shout out to my brother Von Lamont. He said Sony trying to kill Xbox. God of War review and Iron Spider-Man suit for you get an Iron Spider-Man suit free with the game. Hopefully this shows Microsoft that single player games still matter. Oh yeah, you know what I mean? It's like they're looking spooky for them Xbox, man. Listen, I sent Kmega the link. He said
he ain't gonna show.
You know, see how you get messy, Z.
And this is what he said. He said, make sure Rachel Maddow comes on at 9. So I did. I calculated him. I started the show at 7. But then he said, when I told him I started the show at 7, well, I got to be working at 3 a.m. I ain't gonna make no promise. So I can't say and do no more. All right, listen, man, I'm gonna stop sending the nigga the link. They said McKay Megan back to the show, so he wanted a weapon wheel. He didn't know what a platform was. I don't know. I don't watch the weapon wheel. So I don't know what the fuck going on, man. Nigga, do tell. But anyway, as I was saying,
I'm drinking a drywall smoothie.
Look, go ahead and pay the bills because people are like,
he said that Jerry Todd, I can tell he's a probably Nintendo guy. A 94 is not higher than a 97. What got a 97?
Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey got 97.
God damn. We said what? Link in the chat for Baron Bet. They're gonna get the link for you. What video was
timestamps?
Look, I don't know which episode it was, but just look at the last 3 because we argued about it for 3 weeks straight.
Which was Weapon Wheel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it should be toward the end. It should be toward the end before the outros.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, I made that bet openly to every member on that panel that day.
All right. Well,
everybody's been in denial except for one person, which is Jack Smooth, who knows the truth. That's why Jack ain't said shit all day.
Okay. Okay. What I'm gonna do, to be fair, right? When they give me the link and the timestamp, I'm gonna go ahead and download ad blocker because I'm a fuck nigga. I ain't trying to give niggas no money. And I'm gonna go to the I'm a fuck nigga. I put the P in petty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna download. Make sure I got my ad blocker on. So I'm gonna go to the channel. I'm gonna watch to the timestamp. They say that you said a 94 and 90.
It clearly says 95. They scrambling for something.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. It's a painful loss. I understand. But it proves to me that they don't believe that one point can happen in the next few days. That's why everybody's scrambling for something right now. They want to find something to pin God of War on me. We're like, look, I made a definitive bet for the whole situation of God of War. And that's the only thing that matters.
Morgan.
Now people want me to not honor a bet. Now honoring a bet is don't honor a bet no more. That doesn't matter. It's like, really? Sony fans are the biggest hypocrites on the planet, bro. I tell you.
Okay, hold on. What minute mark of Morgan's video? Oh no, man.
Morgan's video is not the bet.
No, I'm just saying. They said they got proof, actual factual evidence of you saying a lower score than 94 on Morgan's video.
I said my official prediction was 85. That was in the middle of our argument. That's what me and BG argued about. Later on, it was either in that podcast or the next one, we got to argue about God of War again, and we made an official bet. All the shit talking around the bet doesn't matter. The bet is what needs to be honored. So all this other shit doesn't matter.
Well, here's the thing, though. Now, I think as far as Kmega, I will say that I know he's not here to defend himself. But he said that his thing was that Kratos couldn't jump.
Well, I'm not like Sony fans right here. I don't make excuses for games or whatever, simply because they're not on Sony platform. I actually went through and read most of the God of War reviews. I made sure I read the highest ones though. I didn't read the ones that was like no lower than 98 because I wanted to see what the common denominator was that everybody was saying about the game. And from what I can see, that they really consider God of War not even an action game anymore. It's a whole different genre now. It gets in all that praise for its narrative and storytelling. And it's not really about action anymore, which is cool. I mean, he changed his genre because he couldn't compete with Bayonetta no more, but that's fine. I mean, he found success. He found success in another genre. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not gonna sit up here like people do and try to bash Breath of the Wild that is average of 97, one of the greatest games ever made, or try to bash Super Mario Odyssey.
All right, hold on. We got some evidence here. Hold on, Baron. Listen, before I play this footage, do you want to come clean right now and confess your sins to the almighty Kratos, fuck nigga?
I'm telling you right now, that is not the bet. That was moments of us talking shit. I already said that. I already said my prediction was 85.
93, 94 Metacritic. It's still,
there's no way. There's no way.
All right, man. A lot of hey man. All right, guys. Hey, well,
if me and you are watching the same thing, you know that's not.
A few moments later.
So what if God of War comes out and it's like a 90, 93, 94 Metacritic? It's still, I'm just.
No, there's no way. There's no way.
Hey, man. All right, dog. Hey, well, this.
If me and you are watching the same thing, you know that's not.
Damn.
Now, in that video, did you hear anybody talk about a bet in that video?
Hey, Baron.
I'm asking the question. Anybody can answer it.
Don't question his intelligence. Don't question whether he's on.
Did anybody hear anything about a bet in that video? I'm just asking the question.
I don't know what happened before or after then. I don't know.
Exactly. You know why? Because they don't want you to hear that part. Because they know they lost. They don't want to acknowledge the L. So they're going to find anything else about God of War to try to pin on me.
Somebody find this
doesn't matter.
so we can squash this shit already and move the fuck on.
There's nothing to squash. They know what the bet is. It's 95 or above. It's just that.
My man Rodimus J said, "What's up, Z? Baron, stop ducking greatness, fuck nigga." Oh damn, all right, damn. Did you please?
I ain't ducking greatness. That's why I have Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey right now in my room.
Damn.
Oh man.
Damn.
Okay.
He said he got him in his room, in his bedroom. He said sleep with that shit with his onesie on. Man, y'all leave Baron the fuck alone, man. Baron stayed up.
I'm just saying, look. I'm just saying, man, look. Y'all gotta stop being hypocritical. This is just to the Sony fan base. Stop being hypocritical. Stop being fucking frauds, man.
Wait, hold on.
That shit is old, man. Y'all been doing this shit for more almost 2 generations now. Like, come on, bro.
We got some new evidence that has entered the ring.
Oh shit.
Oh
no.
Oh no.
Hold on. They said get to the hold on.
Let's go half. Let's meet halfway. 92.
No. 95. Oh my God. You heard that? You heard that?
And so the flip-flopping continues with this jabber.
You see what I'm saying? See how they spent that? Play that clip back one more time.
Like this. It will be.
I know. I heard him say 95.
Well,
play that clip back one more time for me. I want to hear that number.
Wait, hold up.
Halfway. 92.
No.
Hold up. I see it now. Baron, they might got you, Baron. Baron, they might got you, Baron. They might got you, Baron.
Can you play that clip again for me?
I'm about to. Make this small. They might got you, Baron.
95.
Oh my God. 92.
And so the flip-flopping continues with this jabberny. I wonder what happened to his confidence he had when he was making tweets like this. It will be very unlikely.
You see the spin?
LOL.
The bet was already made on that podcast for a 95, and everybody sees that it's not going to get that, so now we got to spin it into something else.
It came down to putting money on the line. To take a bet, anything below 95. Jack moved. Johnny was trying to get him on a bet that the game will get a 92, but Baron was so adamant with his 95 magic number.
We not gonna act like a game get over 98 impressive anyway, though. We ain't
in the God of War that can't jump 95 or above, and I would buy it.
No, what do the jumping got to do with anything?
What? You heard that? You heard that? Hey, what do you mean? What does that have to do with it?
Do you like Uncharted? Do you like Uncharted, Barry? Like, Barry, that game got all the jumping you need, Barry. You like Uncharted?
Like, you bugging. Like, you realize it's like maybe across Nintendo shit, across Xbox One, across Xbox One and PS4, there's less than like maybe 5 games that got above a 95. You tripping? Like you tripping?
That ain't my fault. That ain't my fault.
You tripping, dog.
Your game up to Nintendo's level. That ain't my fault.
But Wii U only have like 195 in its lifetime.
Anyway, like I was saying,
and the Switch only has 2 games above 95. That's like, man. Hold on. The Switch
2 games in 1 year now.
So,
2 games a year.
Baron.
Y'all heard it right there.
Baron.
What is it? A question? You heard it right there. You hear it?
Hey, Baron, you my main man, but Baron, you're a fuck nigga on this one, man.
Why?
God of War, hey, listen, God of War. They come out.
You literally heard me say 95, and now you still trying to find it.
You were saying 80, 94. Like, come on, like we're really high in there. Again, to be fair, it's easy for a Nintendo game to get. They do the same shit, bro. They've been doing the same shit.
Here come the excuses. Here come the excuses. Good Lord.
All their games even like 2D side scroll.
I tell you, man, y'all frauding like a motherfucker today.
Nintendo like Pong out there. Same goddamn thing, bro.
Exactly.
Look, bro.
Buck, bro.
There's time left. There's time left. The score can possibly go up. And I mean, if I wanted to be petty, I could call the bet over right now if I wanted to be. But I'm gonna give it some more time because unlike y'all, I'm not a fraud. I'm a man of my fucking word. I said give it a few days. That's the first thing I said before the God of War reviews even came out. I said give it a few days. We'll see where it's at. But all the Sony fans feel like they lost already, so let's go do the Macarena and a cha-cha slide and find some spin to this. That's usually what they do. They can't own up to their L. Either y'all gonna take the L or you're gonna let the game give a few more days to see if that score can go up. But I guarantee you right now, I guarantee you if God of War was a 95 or above right now, you will hear that clip everywhere on Twitter. Say I'm lying.
Hey, but here's the
thing,
Baron.
Baron, one point off of 95 is stopping you from getting the game.
Yeah, it's 1 point, and that's what bothers them so much.
See, here's the thing.
Fucking point. And I'm laughing because it's hilarious to me. It's funny. I'm like, damn, 1 point, man. That gotta hurt.
No, listen, it's no hurt. We know that God of War is for grown-ups and adults. And you know, we know Nintendo Labo, we know that's probably gonna sell a game, you know, a game buster compared to, you know, God of War. So it is what it is, you know. It is what it is, you know.
It is what it is. So what is it? I won the bet or what? Which is
we'll see. You the one said you're gonna give it a couple of days. So I mean,
yeah, but y'all coming at me, so it's like, is it
no.
Is it not?
The thing that was in question, right? We got you on 10, 15 tweets talking about it's not gonna get 80. It's not gonna get this.
You
it's not
didn't
gonna
get
get
me
that.
on anything I haven't said before.
Oh, come on,
But
Barry.
It ain't no come on. You heard the video evidence. What more do you need?
Come on, Barry.
Jesus Christ. I've never seen somebody dance around a bet like this before. A bet that I could end up still losing. This shit is hilarious.
You didn't make the bet to me. It's just a mere fact. It's just a mere fact.
That is unbelievable, man.
The greatest game of this generation
is not God of War.
It is.
No, it's not. It's Breath of the Wild.
How can it be Legend of Zelda that's on the fucking Wii U, Baron? Come on, come up with this fuck nigga shit now.
Listen,
that's
the
what
mere
they called it. It's the greatest game of all time.
Listen, it was the only game. It was the only game on the Switch. So of course, you know,
a 97 is higher than a 94. You can't get mad at me. So I mean, you mad at
Nintendo standards. Nintendo standards are a lot different.
Oh, here we go with the bullshit.
You know, again, we got the game for your kids.
Here we go with the bullshit, bro.
That's just kind of what it is.
Oh my god.
Hey, so Baron, so you're not gonna get it for 1 point,
bro? That's what the bet. Y'all literally telling me.
All right, forget the bet. Forget the bet. You personally,
you literally telling me do not honor the structural contract of a bet. That's what you're telling me to do.
Say if there was no bet, would you buy it?
Fucking Lord, no, I don't give a fuck about God of War.
Oh, so wait, hold on. Cut this nigga mic. Hold on, my man, Super Jamaican. Hey, Super Jamaican, you want the link?
I made that bet just to shut them motherfuckers up and just see how far ridiculous they can put their goddamn aspirations on this game.
My man, Super Jamaican.
So it's like, whatever.
Hey, my man, Super Jamaican said nobody cared. Baron square ass wants to miss out on the God of War or will jump or keep playing their Wii U Mini and the main console with nothing else this year. Does Nintendo have anything coming out this year?
Oh, really?
I'm asking.
I don't ask that question.
Listen, I'm not even trolling. I'm being dead ass. Like I don't know much about Nintendo. Nigga, enlighten me. Nigga, do tell. What they got coming out this year?
Oh my god. I'm not even gonna answer that question.
Answer it.
Why should I answer that? He knows exactly what's coming out.
What is coming out?
I swear to God on Chinese
and what makes Nintendo fans such the superior fan base. It's for some reason Nintendo fans seems to be the only ones that actually are knowledgeable on all three consoles. when it comes to any other fan base, y'all are dumb as fuck for some reason.
Listen, y'all didn't get my phone.
It makes no sense.
If you were so knowledgeable, what happened to the Wii U? If you were so knowledgeable,
I already said this about the Wii U like 20 times.
He said iWatcher was sick when he made those decisions. He was dying when he chose the specs and the design of the Wii U. Ain't going to hell for that. He going to hell for that one. But now listen, y'all, Nintendo guys get about 4 games a year. Whereas Xbox guys and PlayStation guys, they get about 90 goddamn games a year.
Oh man,
so, but on some real shit though, what Nintendo has coming out this year, I don't know. Like
y'all still mad about that ass whooping Nintendo hand down last year? I get it. Y'all should be over it by now. I mean, we 4 months into the new year. You should be over that ass whooping by now. But Jesus Christ, man.
Oh, that's what Brian said, because the actual original bet was made on Next Gen 720 show, and the actual bet he made was this: God of War will not make a 90 or above. It does. You damn sure did. What the hell show was that?
No, that was on the multiplayer. No,
hold up. Wait a minute.
That was on multiplayer.
Whoa, wait a minute.
It was me that he was talking to.
Yeah,
it was me that he was talking to.
Hold the fucking phone.
Morgana David.
No.
That was
on the multiplayer. You said I make a bet. You said if God of War goes over 90, you'll buy a PS4.
No,
you said that on the multiplayer.
No.
We're gonna have to bring them.
I went and reiterated the bet I made.
Wait, you changed the bet.
From Weapon
No.
talking about.
Get your ass out of here, man. I
was trying to bet you,
Barry. You trying to tell me a bet I made on Weapon Wheel?
No. This is totally different. This was, I think it was on the last multiplayer podcast. I think it's when we had this same discussion.
We had the same discussion because I remember people in the chat was saying, "Why 95? That's ridiculous." I said, "That's not ridiculous because that's what the upper echelon Nintendo games get. They get above that." You don't remember us talking about that?
Come on,
you said above a 90 on the multiplayer, and you'll buy a PlayStation.
Yep.
I remember now, man. You know I be high a lot. I remember now.
No.
Wait, hold up. I got my man right here. They about to call you. Hey, my man, the Ruhan, he said, tell Baron to stop eating those Nintendo drug bars. You eating, come on down to earth, man. So you eating them all. You want?
Actually, I'm eating some protein chips right now.
Protein chip? What do they look like, nigga? What the fuck's a protein chip?
Protein chips are good as fuck, bro.
Oh man, god damn! My man eating fried green bananas without the skin on it. But listen here, right, Baron. Look. Are you gonna get and listen? It's a great game. Are you a gamer? Are you a gamer? Yes or no?
Are you a gamer?
This ain't about me right now, fuck nigga. Are you a gamer? And listen, a great game is a great game,
man.
Okay, so
systems in my house right now.
Nigga, I understand. Look, the Switch don't count. All right, we ain't listen. Okay. So, what's wrong with going out and getting the PS4? Because of
I have no really interest in what they got.
What about Horizon? What about for Horizon Zero Dawn?
I actually praise Horizon Zero Dawn. That is interesting looking to me.
What about Uncharted 4?
You're not excited for God of...
I can give a fuck about Uncharted, man.
What about Spider-Man?
How is that crazy?
What about Spider-Man?
Horizon is vastly different from all the other interactive movie shit Sony feeds you.
What about Spider-Man?
I'm not really into superhero games like that. You'll never see me.
You play one in the ring.
Oh shit!
Oh God. First of all, I am a heel, sir. So get it correct.
Okay,
that's number one. Number two, I've never been into like superhero games like that. You never heard me talk about Batman, Arkham, none of that. I've just never really been into superhero games like that.
Okay,
so Spider-Man really means nothing to me. Spider-Man really, it doesn't matter if Spider-Man was on Xbox One. It means nothing to me. I'm not really into that.
What about Detroit Become Human? What about No Days Gone?
Did you really say Detroit? Come here.
What about No Days Gone?
This nigga he likes Horizon Zero Dawn, but not giving.
This motherfucker said Detroit.
Y'all got to realize something about Baron, right? The Switch is his main console, so that should tell you everything you need to know about Baron.
That is true.
Oh, so damn.
Wait a minute. I'm lost. Mm-hmm. So Horizon tries to steal. I ain't gonna say steal. That's kind of like, ooh, that frightens y'all. Horizon tries to take away elements from one of the greatest franchises of all time And I see that, it actually came together as a complete package. And I said, you know what? That's interesting to me. But when I'm not interested into this overly cinematic, low gameplay hour interactive movie shit that y'all like to push, there's a problem. Especially that Detroit.
The game doesn't even have cutscenes, bro. What are you talking about?
I don't give a fuck about no Detroit become human. Like,
I'm talking about God of War. I'm not talking about Detroit.
Hey, yo. They said my man Jimmy B lying his ass off said it's an Elron Loran could the Switch run God of War. They said motherfucker Switch could run the boot up screen. God damn.
I highly doubt that, but you know, people are still in denial about Switch capabilities, but we'll just keep continuing
Jay,
on that.
Hey Jay, how many Switch games do you own, bro?
Man, I think I got over 130.
Switch, God damn, that dude buy everything. This is ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
This nigga got them all.
Every single one.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Why is he deleting messages? I ain't deleting shit.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Again,
wait. Say I was time. Jimmy B lying his ass was time. I ain't doing none of this shit. Fuck going on in this chat. Somebody didn't hack my shit. I ain't even looking in the chat.
You deleting somebody's messages?
Yeah,
now.
I wouldn't. I showed them again, but it said I deleted.
Maybe you did on accident. I don't know.
I ain't done shit.
Here we go.
Shit.
Here we go.
You did it. I can't reverse it. So you.
But look. I'm gonna put it to you like this. Like
Who that? Mighty Mouse.
I'm putting it to you like,
okay.
I'm putting it to you like this. The only way that I can go back on my word of ever buying another Sony product, if they could come back with Killzone and bring it back to Killzone 2 level. That would probably get me. Killzone 2 was a good fucking game.
See, Baron, I was coming in here, Baron, to hold you back down, but you done fucked up right there. Some goddamn Killzone 2, man. Come on, man.
Killzone 2 was fantastic, bro.
No,
that's the most hours I ever put into any Sony game ever. Was Killzone 2.
Killzone was the first one.
Yeah, hey, listen, bro, Killzone.
Not third party game. I mean exclusive.
Listen, hey, let me tell you something, Baron. I know I just signed the exclusive.
That might be able to get me. Other than that, everything else, I don't give a shit.
What's that shit? Sony had Haze or Meg or what you call that shit?
Yeah, Haze.
Oh God, that shit.
I don't know what no Killzone, bro.
No, the first Killzone was fire on the PlayStation 2. I like the first Killzone.
Man, I like the
first one over Killzone 2.
Oh yeah. Killzone 2 was a fucked up gumbo, a bunch of bullshit.
I'm done.
Hey, Mighty Moss, what's going on, good
brother? This motherfucker said the first
Killzone.
Oh Lord.
Now you had some things. Listen, you had some things to say on Twitter today about Phil and the coffee shop, the Kumbaya thing. What's going on with Phil?
I don't know, man. Was it? Did you ain't put the poster up yet? What I think that motherfucker's a double agent. That's the real Sam Fisher.
That's for my tomorrow show. But what happened?
Look, man, I was simply just asking, why is these mugs sitting here fraternizing across the street and dusting off the rewards and shining their shoes? Motherfucker, get in the studio, give us some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I don't know who this dude was, Joe Pesci, whoever the hell he was. I guess he worked at Sony. He jumped down my case, talking about, those are my friends. Leave them alone. They peeled the crust off my sandwiches. You done jumped in on the wrong fight. You know what I'm saying? Hold the steak over this eye, and he got it too. You know what I'm saying? No, like, look, here's the thing. Me personally, I've said this 1,000 times. I'm not the biggest fan of Sony first party stuff. But what it does do is it appeals to their fans. All we're asking y'all motherfuckers to do is get in a goddamn studio and just bring us some shit that will keep the core happy, because when you keep the core happy, it reciprocates to the casuals, because they're like, why is these mugs jumping out the window? And then they want to always join, you know what I'm saying? They always want to feel like the hardcore, and then that'll bring value to the console, and that'll bring value to me, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all on stabler legs as far as getting exclusive content, shit like that. I don't care about what you think about what's going on across the street. What's going on in your studio? Praise that shit. You know,
Microsoft has passed those days, man. Those days are kind of over, man.
Yeah, bro. Sorry to inform you, they're done, bro.
Unless
they're having super lucky tail parties and shit. You know, that's what they into.
That shit was wild, wasn't it, man? That shit was wild, man.
Hi, Lucky. Like, what the fuck?
Hey, yo, that shit was wild, Shake.
Lucky, do you like Game Pass? I sure do.
Hey,
Like,
Sam,
what the fuck?
listen,
it's the Xbox has become the casual / kid box. That's what it's become.
Oh my god! Stop it, man! Y'all need to...
Okay. I'm sorry, Baron. I stepped on your toes. I didn't want to.
Nah, man, y'all need to stop with this.
I didn't want to take that away.
He didn't want to take y'all handle. He didn't want to take y'all handles.
No, the kitty stuff is so it's the stupidest argument ever. Like, I don't even know why it even comes up anymore. Like, everybody library is so diverse now.
Everybody right now
that you can't even use that anymore. These
guys are talking about
y'all the same people that sit up there
rated, graphically demanding blockbuster games, AAA games. That's what they're asking for. And why can't they get that? That's what the base is asking for. Why they can't get that? Sony got that. Nintendo, obviously Nintendo guys not even asking for that. So they went.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically it's serving your consumer base. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We didn't pay $500 for this box to have Super Lucky's Tale jumping on the Game Pass commercial. I don't want to see that. I paid $500 because I'm expecting the first party development to really make the box sing. Remember, let's flash back real quick, and I'm gonna shut up for a little bit. Remember last generation when everybody was talking about, ooh, even though the core processor is supposed to be better in the PlayStation 3, the games look better on the 360. Then all of a sudden Uncharted came out. Now, why did that change a lot of people's minds for the moment? Because nobody can make your box sing like your first party development. That's why Gears of War 4 looks as good as it does, because of the first party development. I get that y'all want that 2.1 billion potential consumer base on tablets and phones and shit. I get that. But if y'all as a $500 billion company can't walk and chew gum at the same time, meanwhile Sony on one leg can do the PlayStation VR, the PS4 Pro, the PS Up this and all this other shit and drop exclusives, then something's wrong. Something is clearly wrong.
Well, hold on. My man Rod said, he said, shout out to Rod, says Sony's like Tupac right now in the studio. With that double platinum album, 10 times platinum diamond, all eyes on me, all eyes on the almighty PlayStation 4, hit at the hit. You know what I mean? And listen, let's see something, right? At the end of the day, right? Now, I remember I went live. Was it last? What was good? What they announced the Spider-Man last week, right?
Yeah, that was last week.
And then what was Microsoft answer to that? They was talking about how many hours on Xbox Live was wild.
Yeah, how many
hours? Now listen, now D. Fuck nigga, question my intent, right? And when I asked was that a response? This is how Microsoft was going to respond to Sony with Spider-Man. They come on some goddamn Xbox user interactive numbers or some shit. Now today we have the God of War reviews, and we get a goddamn commercial. This is not my fucking like what? This is what this company is all about now. I think it's sad to say.
No, it is. You're right. You're absolutely right.
I say, it quacks like a duck is a fucking duck.
Yeah. And people are upset that we're complaining about this on a regular basis. But you got to understand, they're not looking at the writing on the wall. We know where the ship is going. Look, Sony out the gate knows they got to engage their consumer base. They done sold a shitload of PlayStation 4s over the holiday season 2017.
Turn it down, Maya.
They come out of the gate with what? God of War. Now, even though it may not appeal to me, it appeals to a lot of people. It's the buzz all over the internet.
Yeah.
We do the same thing on the heels of us potentially doing well by according to Matt Piscapella this year and all this other shit. What do? We come out of the gate with Sea of Thieves.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna show. Hold on. I want to show you guys something. Now, again, I ain't claiming to be the sharp.
Well, Sea of Thieves is like Sea of Thieves is a hilarious situation, man. I mean,
but listen here, Baron.
That was a whole lot of potential to be.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Are you guys looking at your screen?
Yeah.
Now this is not. Let me say something. This is not this is not the crumb side of YouTube, right?
Oh man.
This is the behemoth or Danny. Goddamn. They released this goddamn video 7 goddamn hours ago. 7 motherfucking hours ago.
Let me ask you one question. Whatever happened to Microsoft's extreme personality?
Yeah.
Like, what happened to that?
Listen,
I don't know.
me.
Look.
Listen. They released this shit 2 hours ago.
Hey, yo, look, hey Z, when I was sitting there shaking my head on Twitter at First Mike, what was that? 15 minutes later, J Dubs, here comes Phil. Then 15 minutes after that, here comes Larry, Larry White was. Yeah, Larry Herb praising Sony. It's like they're sending a subliminal message to us, like, fuck you, we gonna do what we want to do, and we coming with this family friendly eat for everybody shit.
He said we need proof. Shout out to Griffin Gaming.
Oh man,
proof that Microsoft is turning shit down. They turn into the fucking kid they made fucking Halo T rated. Like I at the end of the day, man, I can't, man.
Man. I think y'all just over exaggerating.
Listen, let me tell you something, man. Listen,
You sound like you like that.
Listen, you gotta realize.
I'm just saying, like,
you gotta realize
what I'm saying. No, that has nothing to do with it. That has nothing to do with it.
I've been bubbly shit.
I've been arguing about a mature rated title for the last month with the same asinine fools.
You talking about that nigga that been playing Mario since 1988?
You gotta understand.
And it still sweeps him off his feet. We're talking about this fuck nigga right here.
You gotta understand.
You don't know what it means to be an Xbox guy. You don't know about mature rated game person.
You gotta understand. What are you talking about?
He's the type of nigga that played Mortal Kombat with the blood on.
What are you talking about, dude? I had an Xbox. I had an Xbox in my house since the first one. What are you talking about, man?
Oh, Baron, they said
I actually won tournaments in Soul Calibur on Xbox. Like
they said Baron turning into a
play with me. Don't play with me.
Listen.
My point is, ain't got nothing to do, and it got nothing to do with what Z is talking about. My point is, they really don't have the franchises. That's the problem. They don't have them. How many times can they trot out Forza and Halo and Gears? They can't keep repeatedly doing that over and over and over.
You got franchise. You go back to the original Xbox, my nigga. You know what?
The original Xbox.
They had all types of shit they can go back to, bro. They got a bunch of Battletoad. They got a whole bunch of shit they can do, bro.
Here's what you're not understanding. They don't have that talent anymore,
bro.
They don't have the talent.
They never had the checkbook.
Exactly.
They gotta go buy the talent.
Hey, yo, Bear, you ain't just stepping to this shit yesterday, man.
No,
that Microsoft.
Listen, hold on, bro. No. Let me say this straight because you got me all wrong. There's no excuse for the state of the Xbox. I already said that. But what y'all asking for, they're not capable of doing. They don't have the talent to do it.
Here's why.
They don't have the talent to do it.
The vast majority of the shit that we've come accustomed to and we have adored started off second party. They bought this shit like Z said, Baron. Come on, man. Because they know where the talent lies. The talent never lied in their first party. The talent lied in their goddamn wallets. So we just need them to come. They're making excuses this gen why they can't come out.
I already went on record and said they're preparing to be third party and have Xbox Game Pass on everything. I already said that. So I'm just gonna go with what it's gonna be. But y'all still up here like it should be this. Look, it ain't happening.
They got to do is follow the formula.
They don't have the talent, and that's not where they're trying to go with
the talent. Is in the talent is in the wallet. They just need to loosen the grip.
I'm fucking disgusted. You know Hollywood go poke shit no more. Listen, I'm a fucking pony. This is bullshit.
Oh man, look. I'm gonna put you like this. Like, who know? Look, I still give Microsoft like a 5% chance to really surprise the hell out of all of us at E3. 5%. 5% it's very slim, but maybe they'll just bust out and say, "Hey, here's another Jade Empire or some crazy shit like that." You know what I'm saying? Like, Fable comes back or some shit like that. Like, you know, it's a slim chance, but there's still a little bit of chance there. But I don't think it's going to happen.
Here's the thing.
I think You said what?
I agree with you, bro. I agree with you 100%. Here's the thing. Nothing that Microsoft has done within the last 2 to 3 years has made me or probably anybody on this panel confident that they could pull it off properly. That's the problem.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's they don't know what they don't know. That's the problem. I mean, if you look at the staff though, they're all service based. Let's make peanut butter jelly sandwiches for the whole family type motherfuckers. They're not
When
built.
Shannon Loftus came out there and said Recore was a phenomenon, I almost traded my shit in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look, and then think about it like this too. That Joe Pesci, whatever, the Matt Piscopo, whoever the hell that mug was that was arguing with me on Twitter, he said he had lunch with them, and those are Mike is his friends, and to leave Mike alone. Why the hell they having lunch with you? You ain't built no exclusives for them. Why ain't they got Todd Howard from Bethesda? You know what I'm saying? Like how Kojima be sitting there with Andrew House and so forth. They don't have that mindset, man.
That's the problem. I've said this for a while now. When you look at Sony, you look at Sean Layden, you look at Yoshida, you look at Kaz, you look at all those guys. They always quiet. You rarely see them. You know why? Because they always in the studio cooking up the next thing. How we're going to take the competition down. How we're going to monopolize this thing. What's our next move? Again, Sony has that hunger because guess what? At the end of the day, if PlayStation fail, the company is going out of business. So they have no choice but to be successful and go balls to the walls with all these games and hardware and everything else. Microsoft, at the end of the day, it doesn't seem like they really care. They're just using gaming as a platform to do, cloud stuff or services stuff. It's the gamers have been asking for this stuff. Give us the big AAA stuff, and they get again Zoo Tycoon. Some of these other AA games.
That ain't no fucking X, it's fucking C-.
Look, I feel like if they're not investing in first-party studios by now, they're just investing that money back into third-party developers to get games for Game Pass or exclusiveness. You know what I mean? Like that's what their goal is to me. Because ain't no way in fuck it's 2018 and you still ain't cracked out nothing new yet. Come on, bro.
Listen, the mere fact that they're giving you all their games, their entire catalog for $10 a month tells you enough about where their vision and their goal is. And that's part of the problem. I think that's why a lot of people are upset.
It's an artificial shield, bro. How can you complain about a game that costs $10?
Exactly.
Yeah, true that. Here comes Baron to the defense. He goes, damn, keep going. Baron's a bot,
man.
Is it pro-consumer? Yeah, it is.
I said Game Pass to be on every system.
I'm looking right now. I'm going live after this goddamn show here. I need to be in this bitch by myself. I'm going to take my shirt off. I'm fucking putting in the goddamn comment section, in the description. What's his name? Xbox P3. So every time you motherfuckers like me, he gonna get a fucking notification. Him, that weirdo ass motherfucker, Larry, every one of those motherfuckers. I swear to God. This is some bullshit, man.
Hey, next gen, they giving $300 for the X right now, bro.
Bullshit.
This is the sad thing about it, right? Sony was literally going broke, supposedly, for the last few years.
Wait, let me see something. Let me take this, please.
Hit that like button. Hit that like button.
Give me the alley-oop. I did a show earlier today, right? And y'all
killing me today, man. Y'all killing me.
Check it out, right? And I said that here you had Sony, literally, borrowing from Peter to pay Paul at the start of the generation, right? I was there making fun of Sony and make Kratos forgive me of their financial situation, right? Say God don't like ugly, right? Check it out. Kratos don't like ugly, right? So, right? And how they wanted selling buildings and fax machines. They ain't had no goddamn blinds in the window. I was cutting up. Right? And here you got Microsoft living high on the horse.
They're fatting themselves with envelopes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? With stuff with $100 bills. And here this poor Sony. Those guys put out lunch some days, but they still had the fortitude, you know what I mean, to develop God of War, Horizon. Those games have been developed for years, right? Before the generation.
I mean, they had no choice. You gotta understand. I mean, Sony was in that same situation, but they understood. They understood what they needed. They understood that they had to do that. Like,
I understand.
But Microsoft, they really believe.
I'm giving them props. I remember me, my little black ass. I said, you know what? The Xbox division would be better if they spin it off or sell it and let them gamble on themselves.
Yeah.
I've said that shit back then. When they came with all that shit, the kids thinking about buying, I said, fuck it, let them buy it. If they're gonna fucking bullshit or whatever, let the Xbox division be by itself and gamble on itself. I said that shit years ago, right? Well, look at where we are today.
The problem is that Microsoft, with under the new regime, doesn't look at the gaming division as its core. And Phil, being the yes guy that he is, you know what I'm saying? Like I said before, stop all this Terry Myerson bashing bullshit. Like Phil was in the corner getting whipped in the face, bull whipped in the face and shit. He ain't had no decision in this. He's a boss too. You know what I'm saying? So you had Terry Myerson that said, look, we got custom stuff, and Phil came back with some shit to cut, get Scalebound and Fable. You know what I mean? And then you look at Satya, he said that the gaming division wasn't the core. This was Phil's answer. We're going to make it the core. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do the service-based thing. We're going to aim for the 2.1 billion potential people out there on tablets and phones. So what we got to understand is that as long as, if we're complacent, if we're damage controlling when they're fucking up, and we're not holding their feet to the fire, they're going to continue to go for this goal. And Microsoft is so big that they don't really give a shit if we're upset. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
it ain't happening, man. You just gotta let it go.
See, motherfuckers like this in the chat. Microsoft,
it's just not gonna happen.
Look, Microsoft shits out more money than PlayStation will ever make. Like, what the fuck does it have to do with anything?
What does it have to do with the
that makes it even worse. That makes it even worse. Because you got more money, you ain't got nothing to show
Ladies
for
and
it.
gentlemen, I have arrived. My time is limited because my Rachel's going to be coming on here soon. So let's get this going and let's get this popping.
He said, Beast, get him.
Beast, get him.
It's a beast, find him. Hey, yo, I ain't got shit else to say. This shit is fucking spooky.
Oh, you must be looking for Junior.
Yeah.
Oh, Junior.
Hey, Megan. Now
What's up?
Now listen here, nigga. Listen.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth now. Don't get too messy.
I'm trying to get a motherfucking intervention view to hop off this motherfucking track. It's a fucking wrap. The Xbox division is fucking through. It's done. Okay? It's fucking look, you motherfuckers said I was spooky and being messy last week. Sony announced fucking Spider-Man, and Mike Ybarra tweeted again about some fucking Xbox Live hours, right? No, that was no. Okay, fine. This week we get God of War reviews, and they answer that with a fucking Lucky Tales commercial. And y'all think I'm bugging? Y'all want to tease me about motherfucking Moonshap Gaming?
Oh man. Anyway, so what is your question?
The question is does Kratos win, or you gonna bow down and kiss his motherfucking sandals?
Man, I'm pretty sure Kratos is probably about as tall as All Day, which is about 5'2", 5'3". So y'all got to look. So regardless, So anyway, shout out to the panel. I'm still waiting for that Madden. I'm still waiting to see you on that Madden. I mean, I'm dusting off.
We've been calling you out for weeks. We've been calling you out.
You've been MIA.
You've been hiding. What the hell are you talking about?
Nobody.
Don't even sit up here and lie like that.
Exactly where I'm at.
No, man. They've been tagging you for weeks on Twitter. You ain't said a damn word.
Ain't nobody tagging. All you gotta do is come and give me an invite on Xbox.
Get that nigga buried.
Wow, don't even play me.
Do I need to buy?
If you want to go in the coffin, if you want to go in the Madden,
we know it's not on Nintendo.
Go in the damn coffin.
We know it's not on Nintendo.
It ain't gonna be no difference.
Go ahead. Can we get? Do I need to get a PlayStation version too of Madden? I mean, you know what?
It doesn't matter what system
What's up, bro?
your ass will be dragged.
Okay.
I swear to God, if one of you Xbox get beat by another Nintendo nigga.
So let's go.
We can play Madden.
No, we can play Madden. We can go ahead and do that. We can do that. But anyway,
look, El Mega, man. We don't
legendary.
Have to
you before you say
don't have to
say
play.
legendary.
You're not gonna win.
Say legendary.
You're not gonna win.
Mr. Legendary to you.
You're not gonna win. So I don't know why you're coming here fronting right now.
I'm just coming in here, just having a good time, man.
You know damn well they been calling your ass out.
It's a goddamn game generation. I want to hear your thoughts. A 90 goddamn 4. What are your thoughts about that, man? A 90 motherfucking 4.
I mean, tell me what Sony big time exclusive hasn't got a high rating. Doesn't matter to me.
True.
I mean, they even had also Until Dawn beat out the Ultimate Gears. I mean, you had a remake beat out Xbox games that were brand new. So I mean, look, it is what it is, man. This is big business. It's a market. I mean, you could go back to seeing what we saw yesterday, where one of the reviewers gave it an 85 or something like that, which is still a really good score. But Sony went after him. That was shown. That our boy Tim Dog showed that shit like Kmega. No. It's actually incredible. It's right there. I mean, come on, don't look. I'm not. I'm not saying anything about media bias. I'm just saying that the reviewer himself brought that out on social media, saying, "Look, I reviewed the game, and then look at what look at what's happening." And so again,
but didn't Corey Balrog quote the tweet and say, "Who the fuck is What If Gaming"? No one knows who that guy is.
Again, that's just the same reason of what user scores and shit is. You might have like when they'll show me all this stuff, like they'll tag me and say, "Hey, Mega, look at this. This game is this and it's that. Look at this score." And like you'll have maybe 5 or 6 people that has a score, or maybe give it a very low rating, and they'll be the same thing. Like, who are those people?
Are you alluding to media bias?
That's why I said. Look, I've got to answer the thing that I'm saying before we go left on all different type of directions. The thing I'm saying is this: that I'm not. It doesn't matter about anything that PlayStation has came out with. It's gotten high scores when it comes to big games. And I'm talking about overall. I mean, I'm not lying about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you guys are just agreed to
focus on the game.
You know what I'm
saying? Hey, Megan, listen. I'm sorry, Megan. You just came. You joined the show late, so I read you your rights. This is a drug-free environment. And I would hate your question.
Hey, man, then you shouldn't have any of these.
Say today with
this panel if that's the case.
I got a lot more good days on contract. Okay.
Anyway, for real. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm glad for everybody being excited for God of War. And I've seen some back behind the stage footage with some other people, you know what I'm saying? I don't snitch. And look, bruh, I was right all along. I mean, I was right. Because everybody in there was like, when they seen that first clip, they were like, oh shit. But again, I digress. Everybody's going to be happy for it. Everybody's going to be this. It's just what I'm saying, man.
This goes back to my original.
So for me, look, I'm excited for everybody being excited for the game.
Hey, wait, hold on.
You knew it was going to get a good score. I mean, we were.
Hey, Megan, you talking about the same footage?
I don't care about that.
He about to get this work.
We talking about the same footage I seen, Megan. Talking about the same footage, the same.
Yeah.
Hey, what was wrong with that footage, Megan?
Come on, man. Look, you know what I'm saying? Punching.
Talking to the same nigga who sucks cock for Rise. Come on.
Wait, hold on.
Man. We gotta talk so filthy, man. We're talking so nasty, man. We're talking nasty, bro. So okay, you gotta pay bills because so hold on. Z seen this. All day see this. Kratos see this.
Hold on one second.
So come on now. They said that I'm lying about the back footage.
Now they call it all sexual deviant. What the fuck going on?
All day being nasty. Talking about nasty shit like that.
Okay, make it say all day being fresh. Hold on.
Being fresh. That's the LA shit, man. We don't play that shit in Oklahoma, man. Get that sticky winky shit away from me.
He said that he was fake as fuck and the embargo wasn't up yet. True. And my man Carlos Fernandez, the Kmega, was another Jimmy B Gaming, a lion boat.
Nah, man, ain't nobody lying because I got.
He did see something. Listen, my son has the game.
He was right there. So
he's not. I'm living. I don't live in North, but they're selling it right now in North. A lot of people have the game. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So, I mean, and it's also. Oh yeah. Well, see, the thing of it is with me is like it's what the reason why I didn't like what I didn't like about this new direction of man. No. Throwing fucking exploding rocks.
He likes stupid shit.
Throwing exploding rocks is not God of War to me, bro. I'm sorry. Man. He's throwing exploding rocks. Tell you I'm lying, man. Tell you I'm lying.
Kmega, listen to
me. Exploding rocks at a dragon.
Listen, he's in a different.
You playing Sea of Thieves? You eating bananas?
You know what I'm saying? We stay on topic all day. You said we're talking about.
Listen, to be fair, right? This God of Wars, he was in an older period. Now it's more modern. They have gunpowder. problems. You know what I mean?
Sports mythology. We still in old times. There ain't no gunpowder. There ain't no gunpowder. But the thing of it is look.
It was magic, nigga.
I said, yeah, magic rocks blowing up shit. That's funny as hell to me. But no, that wasn't even the problem because the game, like I said, looks beautiful, right? I never talked a question about the jump button or how the game looks or about the camera angle. Never said anything bad about that, right? But it's just the soul of what I love the old God of Wars for. They just took it away, and what I'm hoping for.
What did they take away? Explain that. What did they take away that you didn't like? What they take away?
For the thing of what? Okay, it's like when I make that joke. You know what I'm saying? When I make that joke, and I'm saying, "Hey, Bob, I got a great idea." And what's that? Oh yeah, man! I think it would be cool if we jump in this dragon's mouth and we punch it in the roof of its fucking mouth. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's a great idea.
That did look a little silly and shit. Y'all can come on, man.
That shit was corny as hell, bro.
Shout out to my man, Tukuska from Nebraska, white boy, cool dude. He said, "I see Kmega is on his fuck shit again." Fuck nigga.
Kmega doesn't like video games. We can say that now.
Man, look, that shit looked suspect as hell, man. That's why y'all was all like, "Oh shit!"
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, y'all gotta keep it. That was a little silly looking. It wasn't a little silly. That was a little silly looking.
Because they took the QTEs out of the game. The old Kratos would have ripped that dragon's mouth apart, Jack. He would have had his jaw hanging.
We didn't see the rest of the fight.
Man, what you seen him carrying Kratos in his mouth?
He held the mouth. He came out with the mighty bullet.
Hey, bro, there was no. He was hitting him with the roof of his axe, dude. What? I was like, hell no.
Pay the bills,
we know.
They coming after you, Mega.
Hey, wait, hold on, my man. Read that.
Nobody lying. Okay, he says L Mega line and damage control, and he said every big Sony first party game is. Oh shit, let me scroll back down. Hold on.
Incoming L.
He said every big Sony first party game got no reviews. I mean, got good reviews, but what about The Order, KZ, Shadowfall, and GT Sport? GT Sport wasn't treated like, you see how they treated GT Sport at E3 last year? That shit wasn't even shown. They left that on the booth with other people to play, and people were already speculating that game might get delayed because it was it looked so bad at one point in time.
That's false. Listen, that's
somebody said Kmega brain is backwards compatible.
Hey, bro. Look, it's real funny because you know what? All you got to do is go check the tapes, and all day was saying it itself about how that game didn't look up to par at the time. And I guess they made it look better when it came out released, but nobody's talking about GT.
Hold on. My man Aaron Cass says excuses already. LOL. Kate Mental Midget. Your damage control is ridiculous, fuck nigga.
They can call me all types of names they want to, man. Look, but he said K-Nigga told me Marlo Briggs is better. I didn't say Marlo Briggs was better. I just said Marlo Briggs brought back the old God of War style that I love.
So you just an old nigga. Just admit that. You're an old nigga.
Hey man, I said this months ago. This isn't like this is something brand new that I wasn't interested in this game. I'm not buying this game. I'm not supporting it. Now I will buy it for the Patreon, you know what I'm saying? Because for the people that's part of the Patreon, that was a part of what I offered was if they wanted God of War, then I'll get it for them.
I signed up for your Patreon.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm on the L, so you can give me my copy now.
No. You get to get in the raffle with the other people. So regardless, regardless, it's like this, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited for everybody that's excited about the game. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm not supporting this game like that. I love Rise.
Okay. Carlos Fernandez.
Why are you so upset if somebody does not want to play God?
That's what I'm not understanding.
Because he likes similar games. That's what I don't understand.
But I hear all the damage. control. No, hold on. Let me say something.
Well, we pay bills.
I see the same exact damage control when it comes to shit like Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey.
You gotta some games with that motherfucker.
Literally, they are literally taking.
I've been breaking bricks since '88. Go tell me this
Like,
old ass damn
it, I don't give a damn.
Mario's dog shit.
I don't give a damn. The pouch must be that good to that man to keep saving them. But y'all have no problem with superheroes repeating the same shit over and over and over.
Facts.
Get the hell out of here, man.
Facts.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Hey, pay the bills. Pay the bills.
Kmega, walking punt of disappointment with each whack ass comment. Get him off here.
Hey man, look, I'll be glad to go because Rachel's finna come on pretty soon, bro.
He wasn't ready. Hey, listen, man.
So I got no problem with it.
Hey, yo,
somebody said
you didn't answer my question. It'll make you sidestepping.
Hey man, watch your mouth.
Did you answer
Mr. Legendary to you, motherfucker. You better say it right.
Hey, somebody said Kmega's brain is backwards compatible.
You said that already. You just this time. That shit corny.
They said it again.
No, but for real, real talk, man. For everybody out there that's excited about the game, I'm not mad at you for it. Look, I mean, there's plenty of for people that's telling
the game. Kmega, you're not gonna play the game, bro.
I said this. I said if I get that game is gonna be on the bargain bin. I'll get it for $30, but I'm not gonna spend. You know, I'm the game. I was just saying if I get it,
I say your copy for $40. I say your copy.
Hey, can y'all niggas imagine if this shit
Black
was on
Friday
the
open
Xbox?
next year?
Can you imagine if this was on the Xbox?
No, I wouldn't support this game. Look, if somebody said
you lying, man.
No, swear to God, on my kids. Hold on. Let me make this point. Because people were saying that to me on Twitter today, which you know what I'm saying. It's like I got to lie about what my choice is and what I like. If God of War was a franchise on Xbox, right, and they made this change. And let's just say whoever, Santa Monica still, let's say that it was with Xbox, right? And they made this change like this, I would not support the game. It has nothing to do of what platform the game is on, because I have games on here that I'm excited for Detroit. I'm going to get Spider-Man.
Oh my God.
I don't understand why people keep trying to make it out to where it's an Xbox, PlayStation thing. No, the direction of this game, of where they're going with it, I'm not feeling. So therefore, I'm not getting it.
Yeah, all jokes aside, I mean, it's a personal preference thing. I'm more excited for Spider-Man than I am God of War. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's an even split.
We just giving Kmega.
Oh, I know.
He gonna play. He gonna play, you
know. But what we cannot deny.
Hey, shout out to my man in the comments. He said this fuck nigga gonna buy it and got his achievements private, so you know he playing this shit anyway.
You can see what I'm playing.
Oh shit! You can see what I'm playing.
You can see what I'm playing.
My man Griffin Gaming said, who bought Sea of Thieves for $60 but not God of War. What the
You damn right. You
Come on,
I got backup for Mega on that one. Going back in the bushes and shit. Oh man.
Hey man, you're damn right. I paid $60 for it. I'm enjoying the game. Me, Don, Bot, and my boy Flip Money, man. We was out there playing Sea of Thieves. We streamed that shit for 4.5 hours, man. It was so fun.
Stop lying. You know y'all asses was
Go check the stream. Go check the Mixer stream, bro.
Sleep like a motherfucker.
Man, I gained like 25 followers off of that game alone, bro. People still love and support that.
They just couldn't believe you niggas was playing it.
All right, I just want to say my last thing before I have to get out of here, man. I got to get out of here.
All right. Well,
all I really want to say is that when the God of War hits this 95, I will acknowledge it. If it doesn't hit the 95, I'll probably say give it a week. That's pretty much when every review should be in about.
We'll be dead by that time, man. Come on.
How long should I give it? I'm trying to give them a chance to beat me in this bet. So how long should I give it? A week or less than that?
I say less than that because everybody who's going to buy it, they're going to buy it right then and there.
Well, the game don't come out to the 20th, right?
Right. Give it a week. Give it a week because by that time people already have it beat, and then then they'll move on to talk about Spider-Man.
I'll give it to launch day, and then I will begin planning my victory celebration right now.
Who said no?
What?
You faint off.
That nigga just
Hey,
died.
Hey yo,
Dude, that motherfucker to the smoking place, man. He's so flabbergasted, he fell in the smoking
That
place.
nigga sound like a heroin addict.
I gotta get out of here. So yeah, I'll give it till launch day.
All right.
Last thing I'm
Yo,
gonna
I
say.
can talk about you on your back.
No.
I can talk about you on your back.
I know. But last thing I'm gonna say, Omega, stop ducking this smoke and this mad and go ahead and get this.
Hey man, you want that fade? You can come and get it.
What
like
day?
I said,
What day?
man.
What day so I can stream this
We
shit?
can do
What
it.
day
We
is
can
that?
do it. Yeah, stream it out. Yeah, I'm streaming.
I don't know. Hit me in the
It doesn't matter.
Hit me in
I
the
want
DM.
Xbox, you see me.
Hit me in DM.
Okay.
We'll set up the day because Omega got to watch his TV shows and shit. So
All right.
You damn right I gotta watch my Rachel. You know I gotta watch my Rachel. They ain't gonna escape there, bro.
But I'm out. Breath of the Wild is still a GOAT. Let's go Switch. I'm out.
Hey, how are we gonna talk about you on your back, fuck nigga?
That motherfucker. Did he say ghost? Let's go Switch.
What the fuck? You gonna play CNZ over God of War? Fuck nigga. Like, I don't know. That's kind of smooth. This is all the real shit, right? Now, I've seen a lot of people slam God of War because he couldn't jump, but you praise Rise, he couldn't jump in Rise either.
What are you talking about? I just said. I didn't say ponytail, motherfucker. I just told you that it has nothing to do with the video, with the hair.
I didn't say.
I said the hair with the fucking with the visuals. I'm just saying because
I didn't say what to grab. I said jump.
I didn't say nothing bad about the jump. I said that's.
Hey, Mega, you criticized the jump. You criticized it.
I did not criticize the jump. Stop lying.
I got it on video, Mega.
Put it on video. Put it on video. Have Morgana get on the video, man.
No, it's done already. I'm glad you said that. We had this extra clip because I'm gonna throw your fuck ass up under the bus. I ain't.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Pay the bills. Pay the bills.
What we got going on down here?
One top dude one says 120 Switch games, but bad mic and internet latos.
My man Cameron, you make this smoke in the pipe. You make this smoke some coke.
Oh shit! Listen, for real, man.
Coke. I don't know what happened.
Look, like I said, it's good for people to be excited for this game. I just wish that I was into it like everybody else, but I'm not. So I'm move on to the next one.
What type of money is that? Norwegian? What type of money is that? No code third. What the hell is that? Some Haitian. Let's see what kind of money this is, my man. I don't give it was 50 cents, but I appreciate it. I synced it last week on my stream. I don't know what the hell it is, man. I think it's Norwegian though. I think. Yeah, man. I've been in many places in my life. Actually been in Norwegian. All right. Okay. Mexico 30. Whatever. Okay, I'm sorry.
Is everybody gone?
No, we are here.
No,
we're here. Oh, okay.
I was just trying to see what. Yeah, it is Norwegian. Okay, all right, bet. All right.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, any other questions y'all want to ask me? You know what I'm saying? Before
what you feel, Mega, about Phil sitting there praising across the street, jump roping and shit?
Disappointed. The thing about me is we said this last year. It's like, look, I have no problem with congratulations. I mean, you didn't see Yoshida or anybody from Nintendo give congratulations for Sea of Thieves. For what they did, for what that game achieved. And the only thing that they gave any type of props for was for the Xbox One X launch. You know what I'm saying? So in all actuality, if you want to congratulate, be like Jabari and get on the DMs and hit Yoshida up.
Oh, shit.
You know what I'm saying? So I just you know what I'm saying? I mean, just ask our boy Jabari if he can get Yoshida's line and DM and sit there and say, hey, you know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Thank you. I mean, this game is great. Give a congratulations and go from there. Me personally, I think it shows signs of weakness. You know what I'm saying? I got much love for Killer Phil. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of it is that I know that this isn't one of those things where it's just not necessary. It's just like what I said last year. It's like Burger King is not going to give props to McDonald's for having this bomb ass burger coming by on the line. You see what I'm saying? Or Mercedes is not going to give Jaguar props because this sold so much. I think of it as on a competition sense. You cannot do that. You can congratulate behind the scenes because we all know that they're not a part of that console war shit. But this is a business, and these guys want to make money and want to get your dollar. And it does affect a lot of people out there that stand strong behind Xbox. And as a person that is that the Xbox is my preferred console, it makes me feel some kind of way.
Hey, Griffin gave his dad. Griffin, you being messy, Griffin. He said, "See it, these they getting any praise because it was dog shit."
He said trash, but okay.
I'm instigating, but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So let's ask this question, Kmega. What do you think that Microsoft should do from here on out, or how do they correct their situation?
Basically, okay. Well, I mean, look, the games are already been slated, man. They, big games like that takes years to make and develop. So the God of War was already in development probably before the launch of the.
It's been 5 years.
Yeah. So again, before the launch of the PlayStation 3. So I mean 4. But again, all Xbox needs to do is just bring the bangers again when to get ready for having a great end of the cycle for this generation and get ready for the next generation, because again, the way that these methods has happened with the Xbox and PlayStation, man, it's no catching up to that. It's no catching up sales wise, but again, to get the hearts and minds excited and pumped for the next gen, bring out these bangers now, because you know that these games will be available for backwards compat for the next generation.
But let me ask you, real talk, right? Let me step out of character. No, fuck that. I'm saying character. Listen, even saying that we're gonna wait to next generation for a person such as even such yourself has bought how many Xboxes this generation? You got the original X, got the S, we got the X, got 2 S's, got 2 original. I spent a pretty penny with them.
Well, I got 2 Xbox One Fats.
Okay, but so even
and then I got 2 S's.
Wait till next generation.
I don't have one of the Fats and the other. One S is gone and one Fat is gone.
I get it, but I'm just saying. But even saying wait till next generation, it doesn't even give a person diehard guy faith. Seeing what they're pulling.
Well, I'm talking about in the scheme of things of how you guys or how the haters of Xbox would perceive it. It's like, look, all the 70 million console sales, all that bullshit, right? Is what all you guys talk about. What is it? What's that damn word that they say where they got the mind share and all that stuff? The mind share.
Perception.
So 5 foot 2 inches. That's what I was trying to say all day to you. Anyway, again, they just need to bring. They just, like I said, I know that I'm going to get hit when I say this, but again, E3 is got to be showing what's coming, and that's you know what I'm saying. Look, everybody has to wait till E3 or every other conference to see about big title games. Even PlayStation.
Sony has bangers without E3.
Hey,
no, they don't.
Hold on.
Microsoft has to change the perception. Perception is 9/10 of the law.
Wait, hold on. Before you
go ahead.
This. I think it just. Oh, he took some Xbox. Okay, Yobo 1245 is the Xbox guy. You can see the Master Chief helmet, and he's saying this. We put this Xbox 448 voices. I mean, the reason why Mega has no brand because he is supposed to get it in the next content drop from Rare. His P branch is
you're being messy. You're making that shit up all
God. They said his brain is coming with the Kraken's body.
It's right here. I swear to God. I ain't even put fucking in
That's funny. Yeah, you're gonna have to share that. You got to share that in the DMs, man. That's funny.
Right here in Super Chat. Yobo 1245. That's what you put.
Oh, okay. I just see it right here. That's funny as hell. Come on, bro. Anyway, so again, it's just what Xbox has to do in order for people to want to support the next generation of the Xbox is that they got to show what bangers that they're going to bring out.
If they don't show any, where's your faith going?
I mean, I'm always going to be gaming. So, I mean, I'm always going to own multiple consoles. I mean, I'm not getting rid of everything that I've done and accomplished on my Xbox just to jump over to PlayStation. I mean, I got a PlayStation. I'll get the PlayStation 5 just like I got the 4. So it's not, and the Nintendo.
But would you be hesitant to purchase a new Xbox in the next generation?
No, because I love gaming. This has got nothing to do with, this is just fanboy talk, man. I don't give a fuck about what's going on here, what's going on there. I like what I like. I mean, the infrastructure of what Xbox is doing, and then knowing that my library is going to be coming with me, that even gives me more incentive. I hope PlayStation would do the same thing. But as me talking about like I said on BGST, of me saying something about, well, let's wait till next E3. I'm not going to say it anymore. If this is E3 is not up to standard for me, because I already know that it doesn't matter if Xbox drops every banger that they've ever had. There's still going to be people saying Xbox still fails.
Oh, man, here's the question. The real talk. We're gonna put you on the hot seat, right? So you're gonna, if Microsoft doesn't bring it at E3, right? And you're gonna be honest and say you're not gonna say anymore. Wait to E3. You're gonna move on to saying wait to E3 to wait to next generation. Is that
I'm just gonna say, like, look, man, they've made big mistakes this generation, and here's big mistakes this generation.
Here's a question I got.
Okay,
because if they don't bring it at E3, I mean, then we just SOL for the rest of the generation.
Absolutely.
Would you be in the same boat to say, look, there's got to be some changes at the top? Like, if it's not Phil, Mike, Shannon, somebody got to go. They got to bring in some new blood.
I'm not about talking about people getting fired and things like that, but there would have to be some kind of.
This is a business.
They would have to listen to, and I don't believe in that core, because we all know that the casuals is what moved the needle with anything. With the core, they'll buy any damn thing as long as they have love for that particular piece of plastic. They're gonna buy it. Doesn't matter.
Our core wasn't buying our exclusives this generation because they weren't engaged. You got to get them.
Because a lot of people were feeling the pinch of other people telling them that, hey, your system is obsolete because it's 720p. This one is doing 1080p. Plus, also a lot of people switched over because of the price. That price tag was huge. The $100, and the fact that if you got friends that's over there playing on the PlayStation, then their friends is going to come with them.
I agree. There's people that did that, but they weren't the core. The core just aren't engaged.
Hey, look, I got a contract for you. Make a true story. Right. I got my contract. I got a few free games. You have to sign today. Listen. This I promise. I swear to God, my dead mother.
Try to get his name on the paper.
Look, you got to sign it today. If you denounce Phil and all that fuckery and foolery, right? Come over here. Make a public video. You get a PS4 Pro, right? And 4 free games.
I can't do it, dog.
Okay,
that's a hell of a deal.
That's a great deal. But man, look, I'm an Xbox dude, man. I love the PlayStation for what it is, but to me, this is real talk. Like, I know a lot of people may not believe this, but the PS1 is my favorite console of all time. I used to be a die-hard PlayStation dude.
Kmega, I got one more offer. All right, let's pay the bills first. And Cassie said, Kmega's over. Come on, Bruce Lee boy. The war's over. Just say no to all this non-profit work. Fuck nigga. Now listen. I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you off the air. I got another deal for you, right?
Okay.
PS4 Pro. 7 games of 1 year PS Plus.
Bro,
you quiet.
You tripping. Anyway, so hey, and that's somebody in the chat says, do it, Meg. Do it, W Mega. So if I jump on the PlayStation bandwagon,
I have shit.
I'm W Mega, huh? Is that what that is? Come on, bro.
Listen. Come on. You got to be on the winning team. You got to stay on the losing team and go down with the ship. It's over already, Kmega. You already said basically the gen over. Why not?
Oh yeah, the gen's over.
Why not? You can start off fresh.
Wait, what made you a PlayStation 1 fan? What made you a PlayStation fan back in the day?
Oh, because of the games. Everything. The games and the innovation. The disc drive, because I was tired of cartridges, because I was tired of blowing in them bitches. So so once I got there, I was like, and I was just starting working actually at that time. I was 10th grade. So I was like 10th grade, 9th. No, I was a junior in high school. And so I was like, man, I was working. And so I saved my little chips, and then I went ahead. I was going to get the Saturn because I was a big Sega dude, right? But it was the price. It was the price, man, that got me. And I said, man, I'm going to get this $399 PlayStation. And I never looked back.
It was $300.
Until the OG Xbox came out. And I was like, whoa.
So what's the difference between then and now?
What are you talking about? Well, because the 4 is not on the same level of what the PlayStation 1 and 2 was.
Something else. I'll give them that.
Yeah. You're saying the PlayStation 1 and 2 are gods. You know what I'm saying? They're gods of gaming, no doubt about it. But when it came to the 3,
the PS4 is outselling.
And I don't care, bro. I don't care about sales.
I mean, gaming. Look,
I'm a gamer, man. I don't give a fuck about who's selling more and all that, man. To me, it's like, man, look, it's just like how we used to do it in old school. when you had a Sega or a PlayStation, a Sega or a Nintendo, what you would do is you go over your homeboy's house, and if he had a Nintendo, you try your best to whoop his ass on his on his Nintendo, right? And then vice versa, he'll try to whoop you on his Sega. And what you would do is ask your parents or as for me, just my mom, it's like, hey, I really want this Nintendo so I could get good. So when he comes over, I could whoop his ass there and back forth. That's how gaming was. You know what I'm saying? For everybody that brings up what the console war between those two companies were, nobody wasn't paying attention to that unless you seen that in tabloids or something. But really now this social media is crazy, man. It's really crazy.
I will say this. I'm 40. What you 39, Mega? Me older than you?
I'm 41.
Oh, you was in what grade you was? You must have stayed back a couple times, motherfucker.
No. What are you talking about?
And I was a
I
already got the footage, nigga. They already got the footage, bro.
I know. I graduated in 94. I was thinking I was a junior. Goddamn, I'm thinking 94.
No, I was getting so scared. Nah, fuck nigga, nah.
No, I fucked up. No, I was out of high school. Yeah, I was just out of high school. I was going to Rose State College.
Yo, listen, going to Rose State College. Yeah, exactly 11:45. You know you fucked up, right? But check it out, right? Goddamn, I was about to say. Oh, about what was talking about? What were we talking about? Oh, console war. I'm sorry. When I was coming up, when you had the Sega, and then you had a Nintendo. It was more about when I remember it was about what was better, Sonic or Mario. I remember that in particular. What was better, Sonic or Mario? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, more they was doing more or less mascots. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I was a Sonic dude.
And then, like I said, even for us, like and my man Von Lamont said, "Oh, how much shit his last name?" He said, "What was the last game you beat on the PS4, Omega?" And then it was
let's see. Last game that I beat was Ratchet and Clank.
Okay,
that was a while back too. Okay. So the game I'm close to beating right now is Hidden Dragon.
I don't know what the fuck that is, but
yeah, it's a cool little
side scroller. It's cool.
Yeah, it's a little cool man.
It's on PlayStation.
Yeah, it's on PlayStation.
Yeah, I think it's like $11.
No, it's $20. It's $20.
I gotta get it.
No, it was on sale. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but so
it's on sale now? Yeah.
But even like someone with the Sega Saturn.
No, I take that back. King of the Fighters. King of the Fighters.
Oh, that don't count.
Yeah, it does. If you're playing in the story, you playing the story mode, and you beat.
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
Oh, I'm like, goddamn. Okay,
I was gonna say King of Fighters was my shit, man.
Yeah, King of Fighters is dope. I wish that was on the Xbox. Yeah.
Someone just asked me what's the last game I beat. Tomb Raider. I beat it Monday. There you go. Bam. Anyway, so I was saying, again, I walked into EBX Games. They had the PlayStation. They had the Sega Saturn. Price wasn't really an issue with me. I had money's mammy back then. And I don't know why I picked the PlayStation over the Sega Saturn. Even though I went back maybe like the following month or something and got the Sega Saturn also because I bought it for myself for Christmas. But back then, PlayStation was the Apple. You know what I mean? The Walkman, the TVs. No, I'm sorry, Sony. Period. Not just PlayStation. And again, I've always been a gamer, but I didn't keep up with like the E3s and you know what I mean. I would get the little magazines. I was running the streets. You know what I mean? Just came home from jail. But again, I say this. Sony had a very, very strong name back then. I remember. Again, the first I bought like 7 games I did them all. I was like, God damn, I bought the wrestling. They had a Mortal Kombat. What Mortal Kombat that you were fighting and whip out the hammer? Whoopsie! That one was
that was 4. That was 4.
I bought that one. I bought what's that shit? Loaded or some shit loaded. I bought like 7 or 8 goddamn games. I bought the wrestling goddamn game with the boink. You be fighting and whip out the big hand. I bought all them shit. The Tekken, the Ridge Racer. I bought then the goddamn game I saw in it. You know what I mean? And they had some of the same games on the Saturn, but I don't know, but what sold me on the Saturday was they had Virtua Fighter, the Daytona USA, and all this. Those was real popular in the arcade where I was from. But yeah, I would PlayStation. It wasn't so much about sell. They were the gods. I would give them that. They were like
yeah. I mean that, and so when you go back, when I go back and I'm looking at the Toshindens, the Arc of the Lads, yeah. You talking about this? I mean, just so many games because that's what got me into RPGs. It made me go back to the Super Nintendo and start playing older, like Breath of the Wild and shit like that because of me playing Wild Arms. That was the very first RPG that I played. Then I moved to like later on, it was Arc of the Lad. Final Fantasy VII, of course, was the pinnacle that changed everything for me when it came to RPGs. Then, of course, there was Legend of Legaia, Xenogears. Just the list goes on, right? So, I mean, when you look at that list of games, and saying what was it? That hacking something. I played that. I never beat it, but it was. I think they got one of those on the PlayStation 4. It was hacking something. It was a little RPG too. But anyway, That and then when you jumped on to the PlayStation 2, and the very first game that I bought for that was the bouncer and those graphics on that damn thing, and like God Hand and all. Man, like, look, man, there was nothing. Like when the 3 came, it had good games. I liked Resistance. I know a lot of people didn't, but I thought it was cool. But it just wasn't on that level between what you seen with the OG Xbox, and then when the 360 came, man, that changed everything. And then how that system evolved like a computer. Like it had updates and shit. Yeah, there was nothing like that, man. And Halo really actually got me back into gaming.
Hold on. The Ruham said, you said something about sales. He said, if the game doesn't sell, it doesn't get a sequel, so sales do matter. So nigga do tell. Someone you said something about the sales. But you know what? Even with the original Xbox, like I didn't even know what the fucking Xbox was. White boy, I always told us a white boy came through the hood with some dope, gave him a bundle. Excuse my French. And whoever credit card he had, Kratos forgive me, went to Toys R Us, and I already had the PlayStation 2 and all that shit, so I grabbed the new console. It was I think it was like $300, whatever the fuck. And when I realized that I could put my actual CDs in it and actually rip it to the hard drive, I was playing that with Tony Hawk with the motherfucking Benny single bumping in the back. Then Xbox Live came out the following year. I was sold. Like I was done. Like I was like,
Madden. That it was like this is how it'll be funny because like my homeboy my military homeboy bought a Xbox and I was, like I said, I was diehard PlayStation dude. So then I would come over and he would have the Xbox. I said, man, where the fuck is your PlayStation, man? Where's your PS2? He says, no, man, you need to play this. I'm like, I'm not playing that shit. You know what I'm saying, man? Where's the PS2, man? And so it was basically where I was kind of like, I'm not going to play this thing. And then he had not Brutal Legend. It was what was that game? It was a 4-player game where you fought with these little with these people. One of them was a big lizard. I forgot the name of that. Brute Force. Yeah, Brute Force. And he had another.
If I'm not mistaken, they can that's throwback.
Yeah, and then there was another game that he had. I couldn't remember, but he had Halo. And so I was really bitching about that damn big ass Duke controller, right? Like man. So
they came with the S. That was a dog.
And so then when it finally came, so me and another homeboy came over, and then so we was trying to figure out how to play. It took me 4 hours to figure out how to play that damn controller. But once I learned how to play Halo, everything changed after that. Everything, because that gaming vibe that I had, only thing I was really playing, I was really at that time was playing, more games because homeboys would come over all the time, was fighting games and sports games. I would play some RPGs and some beat 'em ups on the side, but mostly when the homeboys came over, that's what I was playing. And so and I never liked shooters. I liked 007, right? Mm-hmm. That was the only one, GoldenEye. Other than that, I really wasn't shooting.
Halo, it was the first
that changed everything for me. And then after that, it got my gaming juices going again.
Ghost Recon on the original Xbox I used to hate shooters too.
Oh, again, back Yobo 1245. He back with the fucking nigga shit. L Maker's brain is backwards compatible.
That's cool. I mean, that's all right though.
But here's the thing. I mean, we sitting there reminiscing about, the OG Xbox days and what got us on the system. Mm-hmm. And where's that same feeling this generation?
I think I would tell you in all actuality, and I know all day will probably not like me saying this, but if you're real with yourself, this has been a disappointing generation on both ends.
Yeah.
This is not what we was expecting.
How you feel? I mean, I think this is the best generation ever.
The best generation. I mean, it has that potential in sales, but we gotta be honest. Yeah, the PlayStation 2 era on the gap of games that they had over competition.
Yeah.
I don't think there's still no rival with that, man.
There's nothing to mess with that on the PS1.
I mean, you got to look at it.
That's nostalgia, right?
Xbox has been getting its back kicked in, and it still is rivaling 360 numbers. It's just games are just being bought more than ever now. But PlayStation 4, the material on PlayStation 4 and the innovation that's coming out now, I don't know if you can say it's the same with the PlayStation 2, man. The PlayStation 2 just was.
Yeah, it was the shit. Like, I get
it. That's nostalgia, right? We can never win over nostalgia, but
you can. I mean, if the PlayStation
realize that these last couple of years, man, we've been all of these years, we've been getting such great fucking games and so many of them.
But let me be honest with you. Let me ask you this question then: are they is it the just the PlayStation games, or it's just the third-party games that's been dropping as well?
No, like I'm talking about the exclusives.
Okay, look. Hey, check it out, right? Hey, listen, now I can't speak much. I just got my PlayStation keys, so I got to go back and check out some of that older shit, right? But anyway, I will say that at this generation started off very slow, and what hindered this? Wait, how many years? It started 2000, almost 5 years in.
Yeah, it'll be 5 years in November.
What fucked up maybe the first 3 years, 2.5 years was all the backwards compatible games, the cross-gen development.
Yeah, the remasters.
The games we had were both on the 360 and P, whether it's Destiny, and all that shit, Tomb Raider,
absolutely.
Game, I think that right there in itself messed up the start of the generation. You do have some big titles that are coming out towards the end, like the last Assassin's Creed last year. I think that was dope. Was new. You know what I mean? I'll play this. We haven't had that many new franchises this generation.
I mean, it was just just a couple of years ago, a year and a half ago, that we're starting to see now games not even go to the just a year, because Persona 5 is one of the last games I know that's on the old generation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there was, I don't think, like Titanfall was on last gen.
Like Titanfall,
Forza Horizon 2 was on last gen. COD was on last gen. So, I mean, they were hindered because they wanted to hold on to those systems so long because of especially 360, and a lot of people didn't leave their 360.
Yeah, but think about this, right? We're talking about people not leaving 360, and yet Microsoft come out week after week giving you guys backwards compact games, and you guys act like they're brand new games.
I know. So, I just love those games. I just love. Look, it's like the PC.
At the end of the show, we were just playing nice.
Yeah, exactly. Why you gotta do that?
I never said these older games. I never said that these backwards compatible games were new. I mean, I know I've seen people say that, but I don't feed into that. I know that these games are older games, but if they're enhanced and things like that, that's great. I mean, that's kind of like what you're going to start seeing with these consoles anyway, is that eventually PlayStation might not do it this way, but they're going to start doing it because they already are putting out older games.
I think the underperformance of Microsoft is making the PlayStation 4 library shine a little bit more. I'm sorry. PlayStation 4, as far as what they're offering, is not fucking with PlayStation 2. You had only Grand Theft Auto. That's the only place you could go for Grand Theft Auto and Final Fantasy.
Listen.
When it was pumping. You know what I'm saying?
I get that. But look, when you spent 4 to 5 years damage controlling and talking down on Sony's exclusive games, and
Sony had a slow start, bro. They were
damage controlling. They were outfitted themselves. They were sparse. 2015, he said it was sparse.
Listen. Here's the thing, right? You guys keep going back to 2013.
But
2015, 2015, Xbox was still getting its teeth kicked in, so it doesn't matter.
Who cares? Okay, look, that's the whole thing. You keep talking about sales numbers to a person that don't give two shits about that.
Yeah, that PlayStation didn't have any games. Guess what? The fan base.
I didn't say that PlayStation didn't have no games. I just said PlayStation games didn't get the love.
I just said the library, the exclusive library, was not fucking with what was exclusive on the PlayStation 2.
Xbox came with a better lineup in the beginning of the generation for the first 2 years. That's no doubt about that.
But listen, out of those games that Microsoft gave you, if they're so much better, right? We didn't get any sequels to those games.
You don't know if we're going to get sequels. They keep Quantum Break, and I will lose my shit if they bring back Quantum Break 2, man. See, again, that's the thing, right? So, like, okay, there you go. Because if I said something about Quantum Break, because I love Quantum Break, right? Okay. There you go saying, oh, man, I don't do this to y'all about this God of War. I don't do this to y'all about with God of War.
I don't see why people are hyping up the first 2 years of Xbox games when none of those games sold. Like, obviously, you're not.
They sold. Them, right? They sold. Those games sold. They sold about the same equivalent. Those games still. Look, you still ain't got. You still don't have a sequel to Bloodborne. It's only just rumors. Nobody don't know if Bloodborne's coming.
They just showed the trailer.
They're not.
Come on, man.
They're not. We're not getting sequels because the people that are behind the wheel right now have a totally different outlook, and they're not.
But we don't know if we're not going to get sequels or not. I think that they're. But I just don't know which ones though.
I don't know, man. I don't know, bro.
They can look.
Oh, wait, hold on. Thomas Frank said Sony had remasters from 2013 to 2015. Fuck nigga.
Okay, so anyway, the thing of it is this is right. You get games that came out, and when you say, look, well, these games they weren't up to your standard, then that's your preference. Other people enjoyed those games, and though for what PlayStation was, that was what. No, hold on, no.
Listen. I bought all those games, not me, but the consensus of the whole Xbox community makes up what the results are. The results said, nope, you're not going to get a Sunset Overdrive 2. Nope, you're not going to get a Rise 2. You don't know if that's
going to. You don't know that though. You're just talking from speculation.
We got another year left, and this generation is over. You
don't know if
still got hope.
Sunset Overdrive, they're still looking for a publisher right now.
They said that, but who knows if they haven't sit there and started talking to people. Look, again. See, you was gonna call me by my regular name. Anyway,
come on, brother.
Come
on, brother.
Look,
it's time. Listen, we drafted some contracts.
Oh my God!
We're trying to give you the opportunity to save face and bow down gracefully. Don't do this. Don't go down with the.
I'm letting you know right now, Mega. I ain't bringing the next generation being trolled. I want to earn some respect in the goddamn community. I'm done.
Hey, look, E3 will tell it all. Hey, look, there ain't gonna be nowhere to hide, nowhere to run to, nowhere to hide after E3.
No, they won't. They won't.
I remember saying the same thing last year.
Won't be.
And then we ended up giving
no. Well, the reason why I said that last year is because they just showed they showed some games, but they showed the hardware. And so when you got hardware, you're going to really be more focused on showing that. So that's why I'm saying for the lineup for this year, I said that last year. Was that, look, 2018 is going to be a big year for Microsoft, and I still stand by that. If it's not, then again, I won't say anything about E3 anymore. It's just like, well,
how is it turning out so far?
What are you talking about?
Sony has like dropped 4 or 5 games already with
games that's been delayed though. I mean, Sony has been. I have
And Sea of Thieves. You mean to tell me that those are original dates? Crackdown was supposed to be delivered back in 2014.
CJ, you got to stop some with these low goddamn blows, man. I'm tired of your shit.
No, like for real, what's really crazy is that you keep saying that, but I mean, how many times was Uncharted 4 delayed though? Like, I mean, I said before, it was just delayed like 4 or 5 times, bro. That's irrelevant. The question, what's up?
Not like this, brother.
I got some bad news. I got some real bad news for Crackdown. They supposed to have an announcement tomorrow, but they got some real bad news for Crackdown.
Well, I've seen you post that. I've seen you post that, but we're not going to talk about that because we don't know what it's going to be.
Listen, make my man. I ain't about to sit back here.
Yeah, you are. You cracking me. You cracking me. I read that shit down there when we was talking. But I was talking.
That's gonna make tomorrow's day show.
Yeah, that'll be tomorrow. That'll be something I'm talking about on
chat. I'm gonna get a bad Crackdown news tomorrow. Man. As soon as I get 10,000 super chat, you know my man.
Man.
Come on, chat. Do this shit.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna drop the goddamn bomb. It's over.
No, it's not getting canceled. I mean, somebody said it's canceled. It ain't gonna get canceled. It might be delayed again, and if it does, then again, that's something that has to be addressed as a fail. I mean, because you cannot promote that game and then have it delayed again. It loses the mystique. And it almost happened to what's the little Cuphead. It almost happened to Cuphead. But Cuphead was just dope, huh?
It was trash.
What's trash?
Crackdown.
Oh well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, look,
that's telling what the news is. That's telling to me because
I spoke to 2 testers and I see their badges.
Look, even if whether you like Sea of Thieves or not, you gotta admit that it released with a lack of content. You're willing to push Thieves out this month out here with the lack of content.
I'm not going that far with that.
You keep pushing back your closest thing to a AAA game. That's telling to me, man. I don't know.
Well, look, I don't know either. But I mean, we'll see what's going to happen tomorrow with Crackdown. So whatever the announcement will be, then of course I know Twitter and Bang Bang and Facebook.
I'm on the ball with this shit.
So I mean, look, what'd you say? You said what?
I said fuck Twitter. I'm gonna have a ball with this shit tomorrow.
Well, I'm just saying the thing of it was for me is that I'm just wait to see what the news is going to be. But it can't be if it's a cancellation. Then look, I'll say this. If it's a cancellation, I might consider signing.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
listen, I'm saying this right.
Y'all heard it. Hit that like button. Hit that like button.
Close the show with this. Now remember, I think it was last year when I was telling you guys that the Xbox One X is gonna be $500, and you were saying 4 and all this other. And I'm telling you right now, it ain't looking real good for goddamn.
I think you're full of shit. It's not gonna happen. It's not.
You said the same shit last year about the
is the best box, man. I'm not switching. Let's get on out of here, man. Rachel's about to come on in 2 minutes, man.
Thank you guys for rocking out tonight with the Multiplayer Podcast. If you enjoyed the show, if you enjoyed Kmega with this shit here, hit the like button.
Hey man, go and support the channel. Go come see GRG tomorrow night, man.
Hey, Meg, what time do you go live? Like I never know.
Man, you always doing shit. It's like you wait till we do GRG and then your black ass pop up.
Jesus Christ, that is not my intention.
You don't believe Jesus Christ. You believe in Milner to me.
What about the baby face guys? Kratos. I don't do this shit.
Yeah. Anyway, we come on at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central Time. I think it's like 5:30 Pacific. So come check us out.
I don't do no goddamn show that's on. Oh, we live streaming. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So, but anyway, check out GRG tomorrow night, man. We're gonna have a good time, and if hopefully this news is gonna come in today.
Contract Kmega. You heard it here first.
Kmega.
Yeah. Anyway, get the fuck out of here.
Listen, tune in to GRG. You can watch them.
I need to show some of that game.
You can listen to 100 of those guys take shots at me. Watch GRG tomorrow. Be entertaining. Come back and tell me.
Halo 5 is the king, man. Hashtag save lock. Anyway, let's get out of here.